What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Ryan Gowear here, and today we are putting on our bell bottoms and jumping into a time machine. We're not just looking at old buildings, we're exploring a piece of 1970s Kuala Lumpur retail history that is still refusing to quit. Let's check out if Pudu Plaza is dead or alive. Let's go! Now, when you hear KL Mall, you're probably thinking of Bukit Bintang's glass towers or gigantic new complexes like the TRX or PMB 118. But we are here in Pudu, a historic and super busy commercial hub. And right here stands this absolute unassuming veteran. This whole place is like stuck in time. Old shops, old flats, and old secrets. Pudu Plaza, it's not in Cheras, but it's close to the action and right next to one of KL's biggest travel arteries, Kuala Lumpur. So don't play with this area, it's very heng. If you ever travel here, you gotta try some of these delicious food stores here. Taste-wise, non-questionable, though I wouldn't say the same for their hygiene. Well, it's a delicious gamble, right? Malaysian food. Wow, look at this behemoth. This is pure, unadulterated 1970s design. Solid, imposing, but functional. With its unassuming but eye-catching yellowish paint, you could have seen it from miles away. It stands as a monument to a bygone era. Pudu Plaza officially opened its doors way back in 1978. I know! Think about that for a second. That's almost 5 decades of history contained in this one building itself. 1978, that was like when the GPS was developed. This mall is so old, it still remembers when people used to get lost with maps. Let's talk about the surrounding area. Absolutely non-stop. We are right in the heart of Pudu, a district famous for its market, its old shop houses, and the Pudu Central Bus Terminal. This constant flow of people, locals, outstation travelers, foreign workers, everyone is what has kept Pudu Plaza breathing for so long. It's a central point of gravity, and of course, let's not forget that infamous Richmore Hotel, which has been linked to wise and unsavory activities, I may say, over the years. Yup, so it's a pretty complex neighborhood, but one that's finally, deservedly, slowly being developed as it's wedged between two very developed part of KL. Okay, enough lang talk. Let's step into the mall. Well, what can I say? It's clearly still stuck in the 1970s, starting with the parking system or lack thereof. There are no fancy sensors or touch and go here. It's still like those toll collected booths of the past. You can't even pay using QR, but cold hard cash. I feel like I should be driving a yellow Datsun here. Building is a large, sprawling, multi-story structure, I would say around 3 stories of retail, with a significant physical presence on Jalan Pudu. It has 2 blocks of high-rises. One is the hotel, another the apartment. Yup, this I assume should be one of the original mixed development pioneers in KL. The mall retains a vintage or retro charm with older fittings, tarred floors, that unappealing zinc or aluminium roof which I couldn't tell, and perhaps some wear and tear that contribute to a less polished but more real or historic feel. It really offers a glimpse into the city's retail past. Oh, the store! This is one hell of a departmental store. It was established in 1968 and has grown to become one of the largest and oldest existing supermarket and departmental store chain in Malaysia. No kidding guys. It has even been officially recognized by the Malaysia Book of Records for this achievement. So yeah, strolling through the aisles and corridors of this mall will stir up lots of nostalgia, especially for those who grew up in the 70s. It's like walking into your memories in real life. It's also the only place I know where you can find both a bell-bottom jeans and a discounted wok. Jose! They even have an antique square, literally named Antique Square. No brainer. It's like a museum you can actually shop in. Jom, let's go! Wow, all these treasures We're talking vintage. You can see all the vintage antiques that are on display. These are niche, passionate businesses that thrive on history and nostalgia. They don't need the foot traffic of a modern mall, they just need dedicated collectors. This is Pudu Plaza's secret weapon. It's become a hub for antique trades in the antique square. In here, the air smells like a blend of your grandpa's wooden chest and a very expensive dust. Yes, I mean the hint of illicit cigarette smoke that management should probably really deal with. The lighting is quite dim, forcing you to lean in to inspect everything, which only adds to the sense of conspiracy. Some of the items here are very imposing. Massive imposing cabinets, porcelains, paintings, their dark wood polish from 100 years of being moved. Then you have all these delicate porcelain figures of serene immortals like Guan Yin Puosa and the god of prosperity, etc. Kinda like judging me for my modern attire and sneakers. Everything is just stacked, piled, or lean up against something else. It's antiquity Tetris, and the goal is maximum saturation. You probably have to actively hunt for treasures, nudging aside silk scrolls, jades, pendulums, crystals, and avoiding a collision with a stone fool dog that looks grumpy about being outside. The soundtrack over here is the soft chatter of haggling, punctuated by the unmistakable clink of old coins and bronze, or probably just amulets, reminding you that this isn't just a sightseeing trip. It's serious business going on in here. There are plenty of other shops selling pendulums, amulets for protection, luck, and many more. Kind of feel like the place your superstitious Chinese grandma would love coming. And if you need an amulet to ward off bad luck before buying a vintage, this is your one-stop shop. Surrounding the first floor are all service-oriented shops like massage, pedicure, salons, clinics, all with signage and decors that still scream the 20th century. Safe except for this Mr. DIY here. Perhaps they need to dress themselves in a vintage look to fit the backdrop of the mall. The mall overall is not crowded, but it's not empty either. I would say just nice. Lots of foreign workers here though, enjoying themselves over the weekend. Okay, some grandfather story. We're not just in any part of KL. We're in Pudu, and Pudu has history. Way back in the 1880s, Pudu was just a small village that grew rapidly as nearby areas like Petaling Street became overcrowded. It was and still is a crucial district, famous for its wet market, traditional businesses, and for a long time, the legendary Pudu Prism, which is now gone and replaced with another generic mall. You can check out my other video here to see how that mall is actually doing. Pudu, I would say, is where old KL money and working class life intersects, and Pudu Plaza was built right in the middle of it all. The ground floor is pretty cool. You have this cool camera shop or tech street which sells all your Changi gadgets, devices and lightings. If you are a professional photographer, this would be your haven. It's where 1970s architecture meets the latest iPhone. Wow, this grocery store looks like the 90s kind of store I used to frequent. Damn, I just gave away my age. As a kid. Wow, so nostalgic just walking around these places. You can definitely relate if you are from the period before the internet boom. These are the kind of places that we used to frequent before the phone took over our life. What? VCD shop? Wow, it's the 80s and 90s all over again. Blasting some Chinese oldies, really giving you the retro mood. Ground floor here feels more like a techie floor. Lots of phones, gadget stores, and shops selling these devices. And of course, this money transfer place for the many working class foreign workers living along this area to transfer money back to their home country. There's also a hotel linkage here, and judging by the queue at the reception, seems like it's doing very well. Maybe next time I can do a follow-up series on visiting this quaint hotel. Lower ground floor is a little bit more depressing, but not to say that it's like totally empty and abandoned. It's just that there are significantly more empty and shuttered shops here, but still, you will still see shops, especially eateries here. Walking here reeks of cigarette smoke. Seriously, I think I just failed a breathalyzer test just by standing here. Ooh. I do see some shop owners or patrons puffing away in an air-conditioned mall like this. Perhaps it is something that the management need to look into to create a more comfortable environment for many other patrons. But one thing cool on this floor are the like I mentioned, the restaurants. You have this steamboat restaurants that literally has a boat structure in the shop itself. What a creative way to attract diners. It's a pirate's feast here. Then at the back here, you have your typical dine-in Chinese restaurants that looks kind of aged, like those Chinese restaurants that you see on the Hong Kong movies. But looking at the menu, seems to serve incredibly tasty food. Outside the mall, facing the road, okay, more like facing the stairs, because it's like from the road itself, you're walking down to these shops. There are a handful of shops, including Mai Cha and of course Mi Xue. Feeling thirsty after all the walk, so we decided to grab a drink here. So guys, what do you think about Pudu Plaza? Is it alive and worth visiting? For me, it's absolutely uniquely alive. Come on, it survived for over 4 decades by specializing. It's not competing with the massive modern malls, not those generic malls with those modern architecture. It's providing something they can't. A deep sense of history, specialized antique shops, affordable goods, a functional hotel apartment block above, and of course, a rich retail history. It's a very complex ecosystem, part time capsule, part bustling specialist market or flea market, and part budget accommodation. And oh, if you're someone who loves playing badminton, it also serves as part badminton court. Yes, it's the definition of a tenacious survival. If you are someone who loves old charm like me, it's definitely worth the time. And oh, come with an empty stomach and try the food here. There are plenty here and the prices here are pretty decent. You can get a pretty hefty meal for less than 15 ringgit. I guess that's a pretty good deal, especially in this KL area. But if, let's say, nothing fits your taste bud, you can always just walk opposite to the ICC Pudu, which is just beside Pudu Plaza. And like I said, if you ever want to find a place to play badminton, there's a badminton hall at level 4 of this mall. Just get 7 ringgit cash prepared on weekend to pay the parking. Maybe you can find a vintage racket in the antique square before you go as well. Just kidding. Pudu Plaza is really a true veteran, kind of like Tun Dr. Madhu. It tells the story of old KL, from its busy Pudu roots to its controversial hotel floors and its hidden, okay, maybe not so hidden, conspicuous antique square. Next time you're in the city, come and explore it. I believe it's a trip you wouldn't forget. Thanks for watching.